right, Mr. Kandorozu, we have struggled to get you here, and finally we have you. As they say, it's a big fish. We have a big fish in the net as we speak right now. Tell us, who is Vetaruhe Kandorozu? I think many of us knows you as Councillor. You know, if we say Vetaruhe, people is like, Councillor Kandorozu, you know, they always go back like, please define this Vetaruhe you are telling us about. But we know you more as councillor, as you have been a councillor for 15 years in the Okakarara constituency.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Mbaha, for reaching out to me. I really appreciate. Of course, it was a struggle because you were in the middle of the campaign. Now that the situation have come to normal, just waiting to cast our vote on the 27th of November. Vetaruhe Kandorozu is a very simple person, down to earth, a child of farmers, a child of landless people, a child of the victim of genocide, and a child of peasant. My political journey started long way back before I even realized it's a political journey. I started in Rehoboth when I was doing my grade 11 and 12 there in 1993 and 4. I transformed student politics because we were coming just out of colonialism under the South African regime, and Namibia just gained independence in 1990. So we're brand new child, brand new student at Dr. Lema High School. So that's where I have participated in youth politics, more especially NUDO in particular. And then after I finished my grade 12 there, I went a bit down. I did not participate in politics that much because I was trying to get the employment of further studies. However, in 2001, 2, 3, I went to College of Education. There I served in a student council as a president of the college. That's where my middle political journey started. And I also served in NUDO Executive Committee, National Committee, where I served with Bernard Swartboy, Mandela Kapere, and many of them. And then after that, when I finished my education study, I went back to Okakarara, and that's where in 2005 I was elected as a candidate for NUDO party. By then in 2003, NUDO divorced with DG then. So, and I was very young. I was 29 years old when I was elected into the position through NUDO primary. It was a very tense process. It was not very easy. However, through youth politics, youth work that I have implemented within the constituency, it helped me very much because my footstep was very visible through the young people that were in the majority then. And then in 2004, on the 7th of December, I was elected as the regional councillor for Shodanjupa region, coming from Okakarara constituency. There I serve in the council as the only member of the opposition party and the youngest for that matter. It was 6 against 1, 6 SWAPO members, and I was the only member of the opposition party. It was a tough journey. Sometimes I came out crying out of the meeting because it did not go the way that I wanted to. But then through the experience that I gained, I started to split the house, divide the house into two, split the members of the ruling parties. Some vote for my motion, some go against for my motion, and at times Uh, they were reprimanded. Why are they supporting the opposition? So that's basically in a nutshell about my political journey. Chief Rirwako, of course, he's my mentor. It's a very, I can say, one of the charismatic leaders, very fantastic human being. The nature have ever availed to us. However, before I was nominated, he did not know about my existence. Only me who knew about him because of the role he played through his political journey. I was nominated by or identified by unknown people, very unknown in our society. One is Don Kashatako, and another one is Mr. Kaovere, and another one is it's a lady, Nune Maya. So those are the people that identified me from the grassroots level through interaction, through political engagement. And of course, when they nominated me or identified me, then the young people came on board, like Mr. Kakavango Kamwaruma, Mr. Shipena Njambi, Michael Monjo. The list is endless. So that's how I was nominated, through their support. And then, of course, Honorable Asad Bayoni came to support me after I was fully elected at the NUDO primaries. So I was a no name. Thus, I was nominated and identified by no names people. Yeah. Yeah, I think I transformed the constituency from a village to a constituency, or to a town, or to urban areas. When I came into office, there was no bank or financial institution in Okakarara. FNB was always coming on Wednesday just to come and take deposits and then go back. So there was no transactions. There was no ATM. There was nothing. There was only telecom and NAMPOST then. So I have engaged with Penguinduk through our late Mr. Mate, Ngaripwe Mate. He played a very pivotal role in getting Penguinduk in 2005. That was officially inaugurated by the late Honorable Aesop. That's one of the milestones. And then I have engaged Mr. Nauven Gushinado, who was the FNB bank manager of Shiwarongo. Then we get the FNB bank in Lokakarara, and then later, through my relationship with Mr. Mungunda, we got Standard Bank there. By then, there was no Ministry of Home Affairs at all. People have to go to Shiwarongo. They have to commute between to get their identification cards, the birth certificate, death certificate, any related national documents. So I have engaged with Litia Kandetu, who was the director then at Home Affairs, and we get the Home Affairs office in Okakarara, and Ministry of Gender, and many other line ministries that were not there. I play a very big role to get them. We participate in the Millennium Development Goals through the American Embassy. We succeeded to construct the veterinarian clinic in Okakarara, something that was not there before. We constructed police stations in the entire constituencies of Kwanjatu, or Kamatapati, Coplands, or Kashoru, and the upgrading of Okakarara police stations also when it comes to the police barracks. So in terms of telecommunications, we succeeded in getting more tower, MTC tower, and also getting access to telecom signals all over the constituency. We play a big role when it comes to rural electrification. When I get to the office, I think there were only around about 5 or 4 localities that were electrified. So when I exit the office, we had around about 40 localities or villages that were electrified then. So the VTCO for Kakarara, there was no female dormitory or hostel block, as they name it. So I managed to engage with the deputy minister then, David Namwandi, and then we got funding for VTC. We also managed to, when the NTA was incorporated as state-owned, we also managed to get the fund with the relationship of the center manager, Mr. Motu. We got a funding for construction of a complete hospitality center where a level 4 and 5 and 6 will be taught, kind of like a hotel where those trainees will be trained. So we play a big role in terms of bringing Okakarara up to completely different level in terms of development. So there are a lot of issues. Some of them I cannot remember anymore. So where I found Okakarara and where I left, it's completely different. Of course, there are some gray areas that we did not succeed. I failed to bring veterinarian or Ministry of Agriculture office at Coplands. That was one of my aim. It was almost supposed to be there, but then the money that was earmarked for Kakarara, it was taken to Otavi constituency because in Otavi there was no Ministry of Agriculture office. We also did not succeed in getting bitumen roads between Okakarara and Oshitu, Okakarara, Okamatapati, Okakarara, Okonjatu, Okahanja, and Okonjatu. We fail in terms of proper road infrastructure. However, we managed to benefit from the trunk road from Hopapes to Grootfontein to link the two Trans-Kalahari, and we play a big role in terms of job creation during the construction that was under our jurisdiction. Also in terms of water distribution, when I came there, deaths of farmers were skyrocketing because people were drinking water from the communal water point. As a result, some individuals could not pay the debts according to the numbers of their livestock. So I have engaged with the Minister of Agriculture, and then through the assistance of Luxembourg, we got the money, and then an individual water meters was constructed. So as we speak now, we don't have bulk debts in Okakara constituency. We have individual debts where an individual manage his or her own water meter. So that was one of the biggest milestones in terms of providing potable water to our resident. So, but that discussion about development of Okakara, it was for 15 years, so I cannot cut it into 30 minutes. It needs like a whole day to talk about Okakarara. No, NUDO as a party is in health state. NUDO as a party, it have unqualified financial reports according to the opinion of the auditors. NUDO is still in the political playground. Is participating in the 2004 election. NUDO have members in most of the regions in Namibia. NUDO have all the structures that are functional. So NUDO as a political party is in good state. However, there are individuals within NUDO that are somehow not happy with some decisions that NUDO leadership took. And maybe that can classify as that NUDO is not in health status, but is the likes and the dislikes. In normal circumstances, not everybody will be happy with the decision that is made. However, some decisions are permanent, some decisions are temporary. They will fade away after a period of time. So those who were not happy, they have migrated from NUDO and joined other political parties. So however they were not strong enough, then they started to play kind of a dirty game through propagating that they have joined, there are coalition between NUDO and so on and so on, because they were afraid that if they tell that their members must now join SWANU, then they won't be able to join. That's the only dent that NUDO have experienced during the course of this period. However, through the campaign that we have run across the country, we have tried to advocate, to create awareness, to take the message down to the people, to tell them about the objective of NUDO, why should they vote for us for parliamentary election. So in nutshell, NUDO is in good state, but however, there are those elements that are not happy with some decisions, and that portray as if NUDO is not in good shape. So therefore, we're still inviting Namibians, the eligible voters, to go and cast their vote on NUDO, because a candidate like me, I'm the first on the party list of NUDO to Parliament, followed by Honorable Kadokominya and Honorable Wapingene. These are tested cutters of NUDO. These are tested cutter of political fraternities of Namibians. We have very vast experience when it comes to local and regional politics. We have a very good track record when it comes to civic education, contemporary political issues. So we are more experienced. So people must not doubt our capacity in terms of representing them at the National Assembly comes the 21st of March 2005, after they have casted their vote on the 27th of November this year. It's life. I was suspended. I stood firm. I never wavered, because I knew that I was wrongly charged. I was wrongly punished for something that I did not say in a bad faith. As a result, I was suspended, and then later, when I challenged some of the decisions, I was expelled from the party. However, I'm very happy, and I'm very thankful to the current leadership that they have applied their mind through their policy of reconciliation to forget about the past. So because I did not join any other political party when I was expelled, for about 2 years, I was partyless. I did not belong to any political party. So I regarded myself as a NUDO member, even I was officially not a member of NUDO. So as a result, that the National Executive Committee appointed a committee that will engage those who were expelled from the party, and I welcome the decision, and I applaud them, and here I am. And the good thing is that even I was expelled, I did not migrated or join any other political party. And also those who supported me in 2018 NUDO election when I lost the presidency, also they did not drop me. So based on that, that's that's the crack of the matter, because even though I was not a member of NUDO through the expulsion, my support within NUDO did not vanished. It remained there. So that's why I end up topping the list now. Also, because I have availed myself to serve them if this type of opportunity comes my way. In fact, I regard NUDO as my political home. NUDO made me what I am today. NUDO contributed to my personal well-being. NUDO have assisted me in terms of serving the community. NUDO have nurtured my ability to serve the communities, and that was my passion. So as a result, dropping NUDO as a party due to differences that I have with the leadership that are only there for 5 years. So I thought, why can I just wait for the attempts to come to an end, and maybe another leadership will bring me back into the party, because I regard myself that I'm indebted to NUDO party, because the experience that I have gained, I cannot drop NUDO and apply it or implement it elsewhere. And as a matter of fact, I had a dream for NUDO. How can I reform NUDO? How can I rebrand NUDO? How can I make NUDO popular? How can I make NUDO be in the south, in the north, in the eastern, in the northern eastern part, or south or western part, wherever in Namibia? So that's my dream of taking NUDO there. How do we have a rainbow NUDO structure that is represented by different tribes within Namibia, or different race within Namibia? So that's my dream. That's where I want to take NUDO it. I want NUDO to take the political center stage, and we have the ability. The good thing of NUDO is that it's not a new kid in the political bloc. It's a very old political party that was created in 1964. So teaching people about NUDO is very easy. So with the only thing, it's few challenges that one maybe will try to calibrate into order people to understand one another. Maybe those are the big challenges. And the good thing of challenges, you must turn them into projects so that you can excel in them and people understand what is your vision and what are your activities, more especially the aim and objective that will take you to where you want to take the party to. So based on those reasons, I did not have any dream with any other political parties.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay. Yeah, first we need to identify our ideology, who we are, what do we stand for. Are we leftists? Are we center-right? Where are we in terms of political ideology? We need to identify ourselves as a political party. And then we need to make like an assessment. What do the people want to see NUDO in 5 years? Where do they want to see it? So we are going to run that type of an assessment, so that we can see which direction we must follow, because the response from the public will be able to direct us. So not necessarily following what Venani did, but more on what the masses want.
Right.
Yeah, but taking into consideration in terms of our background. Where is NUDO coming from? How was it created? Who created NUDO? What was the need then? What is the need now? How should we be responsive in terms of the current stimulus? What does the young people want that are the majority voters, how will they get involved into NUDO politics? What is the push factors? What are the pull factors? So if the pull factors are so much, then we need to address them so that we cannot push the new members. So we need to make NUDO youth-friendly party. That's the first goal, so that we get the young people on board. We need to make NUDO elders friendly, so that we retain our elders as part of our heritage, and then we engage both groups together, and then we form NUDO what we want at the end of the day. So that's the vision. Of course, in terms of the brand, the colors, you don't change some of these things. The sign, the logo, you don't change it, you keep it there, but you must modernize it. You must make it relevant to the current generation. So, but also they must not lose focus in terms, who is this party, where is it coming from? So they must not see two different NUDOs, one of 1964 and one of the millennial. So it must not be like that. There must be chronological order in terms of the steps that we have followed up to today. And as a result, growth will be inevitable. Yes, there's always a reason behind every decision. This decision was carefully taken due to the fact that NUDO is propagating for a unified opposition bloc, where we go into election as one body, we go into election as one team. All the oppositions must come together. We must support one another. We must not fight over who will be the president, who will be the vice president, and so on. That's the current status quo, why we have so much political parties on the ballot. Even a political party that will know it very well, you don't have the number in getting to the state house. You completely don't have. Why should we try? Why don't we rally the support around any other political party? So what we did, we sent a signal to any other political party that it's possible to go into election without a candidate by supporting any other candidates that are ready to remove the current ruling parties from the state coffer. So, and then we are inviting our members to give their vote behind any other political parties of their alternate choice. That we know if we give our vote behind these 2 or 3 political parties, they will be able to take us to a rerun. And then if we go to the rerun, the second run-up will be able to invite us and say, guys, our vote as oppositions is more than the first party. Now let's come together. Let's talk about the port, the national port now, the resources. How do we govern together? How are we going to govern together if we win the second presidential race? So that's our main focus, is to get the opposition into one table. We discuss, we strategize together, and we win together as Namibians who want change. So in fact, we're under continuation. We want change. So those are some of the reasons why we decided not to file the candidate. And of course, financial implications. When you have to register a presidential candidate, you have to pay to the Electoral Commission. And of course, there are issues of promotional materials that you need to print. So it's also quite an expensive or costly exercise, where you know for a fact it's our numbers that does not get closer to the presidency. Yes, we see it coming, because normally what is happening is when a new party is emerged or is created, it normally takes numbers of people, of their members from opposition. You see? But now it's the other way around. Most of the political parties that have been created 5 years back, 6 years back, they have taken their member from the ruling parties. The whole southern part is gone to another opposition, of which one of their prominent member came from the executive branch under the administration of SWAPO. The whole southern part is gone. The western part is under a new opposition also. You understand? Central, the urban areas is also gone. So as a result, the situation in Namibia is not different, but it's not similar. Because, mind you, in South Africa, Parliament elect the president. So that's why their discussion was after the election. But ours will be before the rerun election. You get the point? So in order, if you want to win together with us, you have to talk to us. And our message as NUDO party is very clear that no NUDO members must vote for SWAPO. We must vote for our fellow opposition party. So this opposition party that gets support from us must look for us and talk to us, and we plan together with the rest in order to topple SWAPO out of the office. Yeah, on that one, sorry, the Botswana issue is completely different. The Botswana, they formed coalition in 2012. 3 parties came together. They fought, and then they continue with their fight. You understand? So it was not created because of the election. It's 3 parties that came together, that have a vision, that have a purpose, that strategize around them. Yeah, and then fortunate enough, their message was very clear, and then the ruling party also did not take them seriously, but then after the election, the table have turned against the ruling party. So these are some of the situations that we want, similar situation that we also want to prevail in Namibia. Yeah, but the good thing of Namibian politics is that when you have good enemies, after they have left your party, they become your enemy, or you become their enemy. So now it's very difficult for SWAPO to collaborate with IPC. It's very difficult for SWAPO to collaborate with AR. It's very difficult for SWAPO to collaborate with LPM, with NEF, because of the current animosity between them. They don't see an eye to eye. So they hate one another. So that's where all these other political parties will capitalize on the animosity between them and form a coalition, a bloc, in order to continue fighting SWAPO out of office. So that's why I'm saying the animosity is because these people have taken the votes from SWAPO. So you see how, for the first time, how IPC is penetrating the northern part, the Kavango area. You see how LPM is performing in the northern part, how IPC is doing well in the central and also in the western part. So that's why it's very difficult, because SWAPO is very is pissed off with all these political parties that are taking. When it comes to unions, the labor-related matters. NEF is doing very well in that arena. It's more representative than the unions that are affiliates to SWAPO. So this political party, they have taken over that area of labor away from SWAPO now. People have now introduced to new representative than those of the union that have affiliated to the oppressor, which is SWAPO in our case.
Right.
Yeah, if the government is led by the opposition, of which is most likely some of us will be part of the government, I think it's an opportunity for us to implement pro-poor, pro-rural urban areas program. That will be our opportunities. Under our administration, we are not going to have a situation that is in Axtelan or Havana, where sanitation doesn't exist there, where 20 people are using one toilet facilities. So those are some of the issues. The issue of free education will be fully implemented. The issue of our national security clusters, the NDF, the police, the intelligence departments, the correctional services, all these structures won't be led by one tribe only. We are going to apply a rainbow kind of a representation. So the affirmative action or the Equity Act will be amended to make sure that when there is a position at each and every institution, it must represent the geographical setup of Namibia. So we will be able to change many things that have been regarded as it cannot be changed, but then when we take over, things will change. But then if it has happened that SWAPO wins, then these ideologies will come into motions to parliament. No, the projection is that when we get to parliament, people need to listen to one another. There must be a parliamentary caucus of all the members of parliament. I want a unified parliament. I want a situation where the ruling party listen to the opposite bench, so that we can engage on one another on issues that affects the people. Because when you change the law, when you move a policy, it doesn't address the members of that political party. It cut across the political areas. So I think we need a Namibian setup where manufacturing, it will be a talk of the day. Everywhere where you go, people must talk about manufacturing, construction of factories and so on. We need to come to a situation where goods will be manufactured in Namibia. Plastic, a normal plastic, why should we get it from China? Toothpick, where's our sticks? Where's our trees? Can we not make our own toothpick? So that's the type of Namibians that we want to look at. When it comes to rural roads, why are our rural roads not taken into considerations? They are not getting budget. They are not being considered. They are not graveled. So these are some of the areas. Free education. Why should you take stationery to school and uniform while a prisoner is getting the uniform plus 3 meals a day? So these are some of the issues that we are looking at to bring it. But then we need to understand the culture of our parliament, to understand how motions are moved and how support have been treated. What are the strategies when you want your motions to sail through? Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Councillor. That is the name I know you by, when it's not your name. But thank you so much for your time. And I think there's always a time for everything, and this is your time thing to go there. You have served the people of Namibia properly. Those at the level you served as a regional councillor. I know Kakarara it's a dynamic town. There's almost every tribe, every tribe. That's why I'm saying you have served the people of Namibia. And with that said, can you say something to your people, to the Namibian people in particular?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Baha, for reaching out to me. I really appreciate. To the Namibians, I'm all yours. I'm a people servant. I'm here to represent you. The only thing that you can do is to cast your vote at NUDO party at National Assembly election, so that I will be among the 96 representative of Namibians at the National Assembly level, where we articulate your wishes and aspirations. So don't doubt me, don't doubt my abilities. I'm ready to serve at my best level where I can. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Kandorozu.